So I'm on a '90s kick, right? And so I've been listening to like music I used to listen to as a kid. Now we all used to make fun of the women for like liking NSYNC or the Backstreet Boys, 98 Degrees, and LFO, and all them boy bands that were out, right? But no joke, I'm gonna admit this. This was like my girl band crush, mostly Holly. Um, and I think her name is Michelle, the skinny blonde one. Anyway, so this was my favorite song from them, and so it's gonna be a little bit muffled or a little bit. The audio is gonna be a little bit off because I'm not recording it from the phone because it gets distorted. So I'm using Bluetooth for this. But for real, this was like my favorite song by them. And this was like my my little kid, or this was in 2001, so I think I was like 14 or 15 when this came out. And like this was my girl band crush. For those of you who don't know who my solo singer crush, it was Britney Spears. Can't fucking believe I'm admitting this. But this was my favorite music video from them. Can't believe I'm admitting this to you guys. For what it's worth, I couldn't stand Ashley. Melissa, Diana, and Holly. Melissa and Holly were my favorite. Diana's alright. Could not stand Ashley. She's the short hair blonde. Yo. I swear, all the '90s music videos had like this futuristic. They're on like a spaceship with the lights in the background and stuff like that. Um, they all had this, and like everybody knows, like back in like the late '90s, early 2000s, like y'all liked music like this. Okay, I mean I like other kinds of music too, but like this was some of the stuff we listened to, and it's so cheesy now, but y'all know you listen to it. And it's also kind of funny because in this video, I'm gonna not pause it as much, but you actually see Holly sea walking. Look for it. It looks so funny. She looks so awkward doing this next to Diddy, or P Diddy, or Puff Daddy, or whatever he wants to be called. But you actually see her sea walking at the end. It's so funny. making some weird ass dances in his videos, man. He's always doing some weird looking stuff. You're about to see her sea walking in a minute, though. It's pretty funny. Right here. You see that? It just looked weird. And so here's the crazy part. So back when this video came out, I remember when this song dropped. I lived in Middletown, New York, and I remember I worked. I think I was like 17 or so when this. I was like 15 or 16, yeah. So this was actually before I lived in Middletown. This was right before I moved to Middletown. But yo, I just got my first cell phone, and it was a T-Mobile. No, it was back before T-Mobile was T-Mobile. They were they were voice stream back then, and it was my second cell phone actually. It was the Motorola Razr. Can't remember the name of the first one I got, but it was a Motorola Razr, the first one that came out. So this is kind of what I was telling you guys in the video the other day about how tech kind of tells a story. When I was showing you guys all the tech that I have, the tablets, the Chromebook, the phones, all that stuff that I've collected over the years, how it tells a story. And music does too, obviously. More so than tech, I think, probably, but I think everybody has like the certain thing they think of, or like the certain, childhood toy or childhood phone or song or something that you like associate with like a better time or good times. And I think kind of what is making me think of this is all the medical issues I've had lately, and the fact that we're in a pandemic, and businesses are closing all around us. I mean, if you look around my neighborhood, man, people that I've known for years and like I've seen for years, I'm looking at their houses now and there's for sale signs. This pandemic is hurting everybody, man, and it came out of nowhere. It's ours, and you just saw what came up on the screen, but it's how people quit their jobs. But r/ is a cool channel too. And so I think that's kind of why I'm going through like this late 90s, early 2000s binge, is because times are tough, man. I mean, obviously I'm not working right now, but that's because I'm on short-term disability. But I still have a job, and my job's not in jeopardy. But so many things are happening now to people that it's crazy, man. People are losing their jobs. And so I think I'm just, the last couple of days have kind of like thought about when I was growing up and kind of how things, maybe we didn't have a full grasp on how things were, but they seemed much more simple. And maybe things were going on that we didn't know about. And obviously, I'm talking about 2001, just the year prior. Cherry Berry's also a good channel. But maybe we just didn't know. And obviously 2000, 9/11 had happened the year prior. But 9/11 affected us in the long term, but not in the same way that the pandemic did. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of, it's different, and so I think maybe that's why I'm kind of been going through this. Is just thinking about how life used to, because even after this pandemic, even post pandemic, life's not going to go back to the way we knew it. We're going to be talking about this and teaching future generations about this for a long time, about how life was before this. And in our generation, or my generation, you know, kids that grew up in the 90s, we have two major events that we're talking about here, okay? We're talking about 9/11 and we're talking about a pandemic. So, remember life post 9/11? When you were growing up, it's not going to be the same way it was before 9/11. We're talking 20 years later, and it's still never been back the same. That happened 20 years ago. And now it's changing again. And it won't be ever the same as it was before, you know, the pandemic happened. Life's going to be totally different forever now. Forever. These are two major events that our generation has lived through that are going to be life-altering, life-changing, forever. And going forth, there's going to be so many people that come along that never knew life before this. You know? Or what about the people that were born in 2012 that didn't live through 9/11? You know, my niece was born the month before 9/11. Literally the month before. So, you know, we're going to have so many people that don't understand this, you know, these two major events. And it's just kind of cool to look back at things. And McGansit Press is also a good channel. That are going to be... It's just so different, okay? To think back to a time when things were a lot simpler. Or at least we thought they were simpler. Anyway, that's my video for today. You guys have a good day. Later.